Hello everybody, it's early Friday morning. I'm taking these two to Cape Town International Airport. It's quite a different experience for them because usually when they're in the bucky, they're on their way to go camping. But they're going to fly up to Vic Falls and I think they're going to have an awesome experience. So you're not going to see me in the rest of the video, but you'll see two of them. And let's see what they get up to in Victoria Falls.
See you on the other side. We took the early morning 6 o'clock flight from Cape Town to Joburg, and lo and behold, a couple of hours later, we managed to get onto our flight from Joburg to Victoria Falls International. We touched down at Victoria Falls Airport, and I was impressed to see how big the airport actually is. We quickly proceeded through customs and easily reached our transport. Soon we were in the minibus taking us to the lodge. We usually go camping, but seeing the warthog and the bushbuck near our chalet along with the beautiful sunset made us feel more at ease. So I'm going to tell you what we did in our week at Victoria Falls. On arrival, we were advised to book the Boma dinner and drum show. The staff helped us get dressed up and we were offered a local drink while being introduced to traditional customs. We got to eat local traditional food such as buffalo stew, crocodile, cow's heels and goat. Throughout the evening there was lively local entertainment and we ended up with an energetic drum show. This has over the years established itself as a Victoria Falls must-do experience. We ended the evening with a vibrant drum show. A helicopter flight over the Victoria Falls is always on Hartzell's bucket list. We booked one with Bonisair. The package we booked included pick-up and drop-off as well as the required government levy, so everything was taken care of smoothly. We opted for the Flight of Angels experience, which lasted 15 minutes, and I have to say it was an unforgettable journey. We were promised window seats, and true to their word, there was no middle seat, which meant uninterrupted views of one of the world's most incredible natural wonders. From the air, you get a completely different perspective of the falls, while walking along the riverbank gives you an up-close view. Seeing the falls from above really allows you to appreciate the immense scale and the surrounding landscape. We were visiting during the dry season, just before the rains were expected. We visited previously in 2006 after the rainy season, and the difference was striking, especially on the Zambian side. The flight itself was handled with the utmost professionalism. Our pilot ensured that everyone had the best possible view of the falls, making sure to turn the helicopter so that both sides had plenty of time to take in the scenery. It's clear that Bonisair prioritizes the experience of their passengers, and this thoughtful attention to detail only added to the magic of the moment. Vic Falls is basically in a game park, and you are bound to see some game. We've spent a lot of time sitting at the waterhole at the Buffalo Bar, and we saw a lot of animals. A couple of times we could watch the kudu coming down to drink. We were also privileged to see some impala, a herd of buffalo, a giraffe, zebra, and an elephant. A very popular excursion to book is a day trip to the Chobe National Park in Botswana. Here you are almost guaranteed to see a lot of wild animals. You can also watch the activities at this waterhole on YouTube on the Victoria Falls Safari Lodge live waterhole camera. And then, as always, nothing beats an African sunset. Every afternoon at 1 o'clock, you can join the Vulture culture experience at the Victoria Safari Lodge. The Victoria Falls Wildlife Trust, together with Victoria Falls Safari Lodge, are doing research on nesting sites and vulture counts. Feeding the vultures doesn't only help this endangered species, but it also gives them a chance to monitor their numbers. A single poisoned elephant carcass has been documented to claim the lives of 537 vultures in one tragic incident. Given that vultures lay only one egg per year and it takes approximately 60 days for it to hatch, the math speaks for itself. These magnificent creatures are in dire need of our protection. Victoria Falls is a beautifully and neat town and offers a lot if you just want to wander around. Marula coffee shop was one of our definite favorites, where you can order a Amarula cappuccino. They have very friendly staff and good food. If you want to shop for curios and African art, Elephant Walk is the place to be. Here you will find lots of curio shops, art galleries and an open air curio market. The Mixed Bag is a niche shop where you can buy some meat, pre-cooked meals and stuff from Woolies. In the Elephant Walk is Brooks, a coffee shop where you can enjoy some coffee and reasonably priced meals. At the open air curio market, you can buy some presents for the people at home. If you're looking to enjoy a cold local beer or a craft brew, the River Restaurant and Smokehouse is the place to be. Most of the time we prefer doing our own South African braai at the chalet. My personal highlight of the trip was the dinner cruise. We joined Pure Africa on the Zambezi Breeze, which included a sunset cruise, dinner, drinks, as well as pick-up, drop-off and park fees. We had stunning views of the sun setting over the Zambezi. The waiters were friendly, efficient and incredibly helpful, and the food was simply amazing. Everything was freshly made on the boat. We were lucky and spotted a hippo, elephant and one of the biggest crocodiles I've ever seen in my life. We could even see some of the spray of the Victoria Falls. We thoroughly enjoyed sitting back and immersing ourselves in nature in all its glory. Last but not least, we visited the Victoria Falls. There are different rates for locals, SADC and international visitors, so make sure to have your passport with you. On entering, you will find some information and background on the falls. There are 16 viewpoints on the Zimbabwean side of the falls. It was end of the dry season, so the falls was not that impressive, but still an amazing sight. Big Falls is a World Heritage Site, and in wet season it is one of the biggest waterfalls in the world. Walking through the rainforest is also a special experience. There is much to say for visiting in the wet or the dry season. Wet season is much more spectacular with the smoke that thunder, but sometimes there is so much mist and spray that you cannot see the falls. Dry season is obviously less spectacular, but you can see the falls better. The Zambian side can be a bit of a disappointment in dry season. In the dry season though, you can do swimming in the Devil's Pool. If you are the adventurous type, you can do abseiling, bungee jumping and bridge swinging from the bridge crossing the Zambezi. 75% of the falls are in the Zimbabwean side and 25% on the Zambian side. Here you can see the differences between visiting the Zambian and the Zimbabwean side and in wet season. The Victoria Falls will always be a stunning place to visit, and you can never get enough of it. Even this banded mongoose felt the heat, but luckily for us humans, there's a restaurant on the premises where you can have something cold to drink. We enjoyed staying at Lokuthula Lodge, and all too soon we were back on the plane on our way to Cape Town. This wasn't our first visit to Victoria Falls, and I'm sure it's not going to be our last, but hopefully next time we can do it by car and camp again. Happy camping!